everyone, and welcome to Electro Monday.
I'm just having a little bit of fun today. Obviously, I am not merrily. I have stepped in at the last moment to fill in. And I've just been, I happen to already be working on something today and getting a little bit weird with some sound design. I have this track I started that's a bit dark and a bit trippy and strange, and so I'm kind of in a weird mood already to be doing this. So, and obviously you heard I got the vocoder hooked up, having a little fun with that. Welcome to 343 TV, brought to you by 343 Labs. I am John Selway. I'm experimenting here with some real-time closed caption generation. I thought it was pretty cool that this is possible, but apparently Google has some crazy code that a developer is using. He created a, it's like a browser app that runs, and it's listening to my mic, and it's trying to keep up. Every now and then it'll get it wrong, but I think it's pretty amazing that it does that. And I thought it would be useful because
if I turn on the vocoder, it may not be as clear and intelligible, so if you don't understand what I'm saying, at least you can read the text. I don't know. I'm really nerding out today.
So, I don't know what the giveaway this week. Maybe, Thomas, if you're listening, throw what the info is in the chat for our giveaway so we can talk about that. And the link to sign up, of course. As always, I got to mention 343 Labs is a music production school. I am an instructor for 343 Labs. I do synthesis and sound design and Ableton Live classes and private lessons. And we've also got our 343 Studio program in beta right now, which is a subscription-oriented program. And we do a collaboration workshop. I'm starting one with my good friend Christian Smith in October. And we do office hours, so you can ask any questions. There's feedback sessions. There's all sorts of stuff that will be available soon enough as we go through. We're setting it up and getting it ready for everybody. So that's what we're doing. We've got our Discord community happening. There's a link for that in the description. And if you want to know more about our courses coming up, check out, 343 Labs in New York. We also have our website for our location in Berlin, and see what we're doing. Maybe you're interested in signing up for something, and I highly recommend it. I think we're doing if I do say so myself, I think we're enjoying what we do and sharing that with you here in the live stream in 343 Studios and in our full courses. So that's that. Let's say hello to the chat. It's a little bit, since this isn't my usual day, so I think we have a few less here in the beginning, and probably because this is a different day, I have some different people watching. So welcome. Nice to meet you. Who's in here in the chat? Hello, Absent. Yes, it is Electro Monday. You heard me say that right at the top. Pseudo Pulse is here. Who's a returning viewer? Daniel Madden. Hello from Glasgow. Hey, Simple Sam. Yeah, that's it. Maybe there's a few more of you out there. Keep watching. Hopefully, you'll enjoy some of. It's honestly, this is a little bit weird and dark today. I feel like maybe Monday needs a little bit more happy, upbeat stuff to get everybody going for the week. But this just happened to be what I was working on today. Cool. Hello, Otavio Aranega from Brazil. Yeah, and you are welcome. We are happy to provide free content and share what we're enthusiastic about. Dane Reiser? Sorry. Cool name. Assuming I'm pronouncing it correctly. Oh man, it's so funny to watch this closed caption underneath me getting it wrong. Every now and then it just totally misses it, which is pretty funny. Sushant Sethi, hello. Welcome. Marcel Rosenfelder. Yeah, a lot of new names for me. This is great. Well, hope you like what I'm going to do. And all right, let's get down to it. I'm basically working on this sketch. I'm tweaking the sounds. I'm experimenting with some new / old plugins as well. Let's see. Let's get my screen share going here. And I'm playing around with a couple of effects from Super Destroy Effects. Now, Destroy Effects or DFX has been around for quite a long time. I want to say I was using some of the older versions of these plugins 10 plus years ago. And I think for a long time, they weren't updated to 64-bit, right? So, you know, you had to use them with a wrapper or you had to be using it on an older OS. But now they have a collection of very interesting, strange, unusual, experimental sound design tools. This one is the main one. DFX Buffer Override is crazy. I don't know if any of you out there are familiar with this. And whose birthday is it? Simple Sam, happy birthday. All right, do you know what I'm going to do? This is going to be fun. Check this out. I'm going to try, and I swear this could be terrible. The vocoders I have set up today, I have it set to pitch track. So it's supposed to follow the frequency of my voice, of the incoming signal. So if I sing, it should follow the melody. It's just going to be weird, but have you ever had a robot sing you happy birthday? Let's check it out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh, that was insane. I'm having fun today. This is great. This is what happens when I just step in completely unprepared, and then we'll just see what happens. So again, happy birthday, Sam. You deserved that because you've been a really loyal viewer for quite a long time now. Nice. Okay, back to what we were talking about. Right, we were talking about DFX and these Super Destroy Effects group of effects. I haven't downloaded and installed all of them yet. These are free, by the way. But I did grab Buffer Override and I grabbed Skitter. So yeah, I'm playing around with those. But first, let's listen to what I've got. Now, some of you might have been around for Saturday when I was working on a different electro track and I was trying out this Viking, this VK1, another free plugin, a really nice synthesizer, an emulation of a Moog Voyager. And this sketch I started also using the Voyager. And let's hear what we got here. So this is what I started out with. This was just a preset called Broken Drum. And I heard it and it reminded me of kind of if any of you guys who are into electro know Drexia or Drexia or Doppler effect, this reminded me of the sort of one of the sounds that they might use for some of their earlier tracks. It's this kind of squelchy, noisy percussion sound, and I really like it. Dirty and and started building up a beat just with the classic 606 kit from the Live library. I'm using a kick drum that could be made with any synth, but you know, this is another just a simple preset from Viking. I think I tweaked the envelope a little bit to make it tighter. And then it just got weirder from here. Also browsing through the presets, in the effects section, there's this preset called Slowly Dying with these weird pitch bends in it. And that sounds great with a bunch of delay and reverb on it. And I've got a sustained bass melody. looks like the chat is warming up. Thanks, Daniel. Glad you liked the groove. And yeah, pseudopulse, totally. The CC, like the automatic transcription, it just keeps saying it. Sometimes it says things in an amazing way, and sometimes it's just totally wrong. All right. And then I've got a little sort of blippy 8-bit video game type of melody that I added. This is just using analog. I need to get it at the beginning of the phrase so it makes sense. Here we go. I've got some variations on the drums. I'm going to take that bass out. Right. Hi-hats. And then I have another more rolling version where they change the kick drum up a little bit. So I've got plenty to work with here. And really where I'm at now with developing it is, before I dive into arranging, is I'm going to start polishing the sounds up and making it a bit more interesting. And especially especially these drums. Let's get them going by themselves here. So I'm using a bunch of effects to kind of spice up this otherwise unadulterated, clean 606 drum kit. All right, so I've got some layers going on here. I'm starting out with the new phaser from Live 11, which sounds awesome. I've got a high number of notches. It's basically creating a bunch of, with the resonance, with the feedback up, we're hearing a resonant filter bank sweep up and down. It's a bunch of sine waves just ringing. Sounds really great. And then I wanted to shine it up a little bit, a little more sparkly, little sharp. And I'm using a vocoder just with some noise, right? And that's adding this kind of bright, shakery kind of layer to the whole thing. And I can play with that release. That's something I'll automate for sure. And then crunching it all up, destroying it with a little bit of distortion. Sounds like it's fuzzy around the edges now. EQ. Hello, what's going on? And then this is where it gets really crazy. This is the plugin, the main thing that I'm looking at today. This is Buffer Override. And I don't remember it having this crazy graphic interface, so they definitely had fun kind of doing this retro low bit style. And you know, it kind of looks like it sounds. It's pretty glitchy and old school in a good way. And hey, William Mindreaders, back to the chat here. Yes, it's Electro Monday, actually. And Daniel Madden's asking, what automation do I have on the drum groove? Not automation, modulation. Okay, let's take a step back before I dive into the buffer override. So what's the moving, modulating sound on the drums is the phaser. So this phaser effect, you know, there's an LFO in there, and the LFO is modulating the frequency slowly up and down. that still sounds cool. Maybe I'll bring it in and out in the arrangement. If I take that amount down to 0, there's no modulation of the frequency, so it's not moving anymore. Now it's slowly sweeping. I can speed that up. Now it sounds like there's little animals in my ears, like going. That sounds great. I might just leave that. Going with the flow with this weirdness. It almost sounds like a scratch, like a wicka wicka wicka. Now that is something I will automate in different parts of the track or even between different clips. So let's show automation, modulation. Which one do I pick? Automation for now. So I'm going to add a breakpoint there, right on the first beat. And then I'm going to duplicate that clip, but then on this one, I'm going to speed it up. All right, now back to the slow one. Now we're automating. Simple Sam says it's ghosts of a weekend past that you're hearing. Okay. They sound excited. All right. Okay, back to the main event. There it is. That's buffer override. And right now it sounds like it's doing some kind of distortion / ring modulation / sample rate reduction / I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm going to keep that. I don't want to mess up those settings. Let's load up another one. And let's hear what this thing does. So this big window in the middle, it's like an XY control. And we can change the buffer size and divisor. The buffer size is the length of little chunks of audio that it will repeat. And then the divisor is the value divided into the forced buffer size, resulting in a mini buffer size. So it's like subdividing and making smaller pieces of audio within the buffer. So I don't know. Let's hear what this thing sounds like. Okay, so that's insane. Definitely something you want to modulate or automate. So the plugin has 2 LFOs so that you can do exactly that. So let's modulate the divisor with an LFO. That's crazy. And you can see, you can totally destroy the rhythm. Of course, to make that even more useful, if you're trying to do this with a drum beat, you can tempo sync the length of the buffer and you can tempo sync the LFO. Let's try the buffer tempo sync. Stutter, stutter. I wonder what the CC showed for that. What? That's amazing. And that's getting back sort of more how I had it before. I liked how it made this sort of ring mod overtone effect on the bass drum. All right, let's tempo sync. What a groove. And if it's all too heavy and too much, it's got to dry wet. That's amazing. That wobble up and down made it feel like it's speeding up. Let's hear how that sounds with the other stuff. Yes, Silver Snark. This plugin is free. Just go to destroyeffects.org. We're using DFX Buffer Override. Available for Windows and Mac. Let's hear how it sounds with the bass. Nice. I feel like I want to play with this bass sound a little bit. It's real smooth. That would be good. I'll just do both. I like it. The resonance of the filter on this synth is awesome. You lose some low end when you do that. I might think about layering this. I wonder if that'll work. Alright. I'm gonna save right now, in case something goes wrong. Let's group this Viking. Whoa. There we go. Duplicate. Please don't freak out. You know, I'm adding plugins. Well, you got to be careful with, especially a new plugin I haven't used so much. I don't know what it's going to do when I try something for the first time, but it seems to be happy. All right. So let's take that layer and bring the resonance back down. Which track am I on? I'm confused. Okay. Let's stop the drums. I see what happened. Okay. There we go. Nice. Now I got both. I got that cool sweep down with the resonance, but I still have it fat. I just switched back to the other buffer override on the beats. Let's try this effect on something that isn't drums. All right. So again, I've got that weird pitch bendy melody happening with the slowly dialing preset, and I've also thrown buffer override on that. Let's hear what that sounds like. Adding a little bit of subtle glitchiness. I'll take the send effects off real quick so we can hear that more clearly. Cool. So it's just chopping it up into little pieces. Nice. I don't want to mess with this one. So, again, let's add a new one and see what happens. Whoa. Right, we're hearing like it's repitched now. We don't hear the tone, I mean the original pitch of the notes anymore because of what the buffer is doing. It's going so fast, it's basically oscillating, it's making a new waveform. And then if we modulate that, let's see what happens. Oh. Let's tempo sync that. That is weird. It's going to be hard to get this in tune. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done in a live stream. And if you're hanging in there, kudos, because this is weird. A little too weird. But let's hear what happens if I put effects on it. More effects. I guess the idea for me here is if I can get the buffer size and get it tuned just right so that the new pitches that it's creating are kind of in key. I don't know. What if I try tempo sync? Yeah. It's creating pitches now. It's sounding more video game-like. This is great. I told you all at the beginning this is going to be weird. Yeah, I could listen to this all day. It is very kind of hypnotizing. It is totally in the wrong key, so I got to figure that out. But I want to make this work. Let's hear it together with the bass. With this bass. Kind of like it in here. It's still like, with when I bring the dry signal in and it gets bendy again. This is nuts. IB, welcome to the stream. Yes, these plugins anyone who's been into producing IDM and glitchy kind of music for a long enough time, and electro, probably, related genres, are aware of the power of these plugins. And it is really great that they have been updated now so everybody can use them on their modern systems. So absolutely, big respect to the developers for the 64-bit version. I agree completely. And I understand, William Mind Readers. It'll be okay. Don't worry.
The monsters will not take you away.
I probably should be recording. I always have trouble thinking of good lyrics for electro that aren't too cheesy or too cliche. All right. It is the halfway point. We are having fun. I am freestyling my way through a last minute streaming session here with you guys, taking over since Marilee couldn't make it today. Hope everything is cool with her, and we'll look forward to seeing her come back next Monday. You are watching 343 TV, brought to you by 343 Labs Music Production School. And I just started a new synthesis and sound design class yesterday in person at our new location. Really nice, cool group of students, and I'm really looking forward to continuing that. So we have online courses starting up. If you're interested, if you're curious to know more about the things that we offer, check out our website, join our Discord. And did we get the giveaway this week yet? What is that? I don't know if I missed that. And let's see. I'll keep an eye out for that in case, because I do want to announce that. I want to know what it is. Let's answer some questions. So Daniel Madden is asking, oh, look, it's covering up my automatic closed captioning. Daniel Madden is asking, is it important always have the melodic elements in key? I feel a lot of electro feels kind of detuned. And you're unsure theory-wise. Right. Yeah, I think it doesn't have to be. You're absolutely right. That depending on the style, like I think if you're being more experimental or weird or more aggressive and hard-edged, especially where it's more about noise and power and bass, you don't have to worry about key or music theory. If it sounds cool, if it gives you the feel that you want, if it evokes the emotion that you're going for, if it works with the energy, then it's okay. We don't have to care about whether it's in key. I have a classical music background, so it's hard for me sometimes to not listen for what's in tune. That's how I was trained to, like, I played the violin and it's all about your intonation. And when things are out of tune, you have to correct it, right? But with this kind of music, I mean, just listening to this again, it does not matter. There is no key here. It would be really difficult to figure it out if there was. I just want to hear this with the beat. Sounded like, right, this is something I wondered about these buffer effects with the modulation. This thing that I set up on the beat earlier sounds different now. Or did I just forget? I don't know. Probably should share my screen again. Yeah, I guess it's the same. I still like it. Let's hear how it sounds with this other variation I made. That's heavy. I could kind of tune this if I move really slow. A lower divisor is giving me a lower pitch. Just like a larger buffer would probably give me a lower pitch. I think I still prefer this one. It sounds like it's adding an extra sort of bass element to it. I'm gonna get it. Oh my god, I'm losing it. All right, I feel like I have to change gears here. This is getting really dark and mental. Okay, let's take a look at another effect. All right, this is skitter. It's basically like a fancy chopping, gating thing. And I was playing around with it earlier on the bass, actually. Let's put this, I'm going to put this on that more resonant layer. Right, so you've got a rate, and there's a low and a high range. And it'll modulate faster and slower. Let's see what happens if I increase the rate. Okay, so you can hear it kind of glitching a little bit. It's chopping it, but it's not totally chopping to silence. So that is controlled by the floor. So you can have it completely go to silence. There's a crossfade. So if you have this, it's a slope. That's what they call it. So you can hear it gets more noisy and glitchy when it's at 0. But if you want to smooth out those chops, you just increase the slope a little bit. And this rupture setting will fill in the blank spots with noise, which could be cool on certain sounds. Hey, Nefertiti, nice to have you here. We're getting weird today. Alright. And then the pulse width, this is the ratio of on to off. So you're kind of like increasing and decreasing the amount of time you hear the on versus the off. Alright. And I liked it bringing the floor up so it doesn't go totally to silence, so it kind of is just pulsing, creating this strange out of time glitch layer to my sound. And then there's also a filter in here, so you can have it affect just the highs or just the lows. Which is good because it's leaving the sub in there and just doing the choppiness on the higher frequencies that where I've set the crossover. It will also do a stereo modulation. All right. I'm not 100% sure I want to keep this effect on the bass, but we're experimenting today, so we'll see. Let's hear what it sounds like with the other layer. It seems like it takes the apparent volume down a lot, so I'm gonna bring the level up after that. Actually, I'll just throw in a compressor. Anyway, now you can see what it's doing. It's like making the volume go up and down a lot. That's better. Let's see if I can get this sounding a bit cleaner. Higher slope is helping. Not sure about the noise. It's kind of cool. Let's hear how that sounds with the drums. Polyitis? I appreciate that. I agree. Is it wrong? It doesn't seem weird to me. Sounds like a standard studio session. Yeah, well, it depends on what style of music you're into. Now, if you're making like lo-fi hip-hop or pop music, this might be a little far out there. But I would challenge anyone out there who does sort of more, middle-of-the-road melodies and harmonies to experiment in this direction. You never know what kind of new flavor you might come up with to sing with. I have a feeling, Electro's always been a strong influence on all types of music, right? There's electro, it's a genre unto itself, but it's also a flavor that can be incorporated in with other genres. So why not write a pop song or a R&B song with a dark, weird beat like this? I think that could be amazing. So Nefertiti, you want to try? I'll send this to you. Come up with the melody. Let's see how it works. I think that'd be great. And Daniel Madden again. I guess you and William Mind Readers are talking about DJ Stingray. That is a guy I would love to be a fly on the wall in his studio, because he has such a unique sound. It's electro. It's got that energy. It's futuristic. It's got funk in it, but it's so crazy, dark, futuristic, but without being too hard, right? It's a fine line. It's not super noisy and brutal. It's got sophisticated sounds and grooves, right? I'm a big fan of him. So yeah, that's definitely something to explore. If you guys haven't checked out DJ Stingray before, do that. And okay. Now, just to sort of fill out the last 15 minutes of the stream, I'm going to attempt to maybe arrange this a little bit. I just have to decide where I want to start. And I also need to figure out like which effects am I using when. But I know I want to start with that. And I'm thinking about, I'm going to start without the buffer over whatever. This kind of sets the tone for me. Like I want this to be the feeling that we develop from. And just bringing drums in to start with, I think is going to work well. All right, so I usually kind of don't arrange in real time. I usually drag things over. I either take everything, stretch it out for 6 minutes and subtract, or I build one step at a time, like dragging elements in as I feel I need them. But every now and then it's fun to just get started sort of playing your arrangement in real time. And of course that's something live is just designed for, right? So let's see what happens. I'm just going to fool around and maybe I'll get a couple of minutes out of it that I can use and then grow from there in terms of the arrangement. Right. This is an interesting comment. Absent says Electro is actually the real techno. I wonder. For me, I think they are two sides of the same coin, right? Electro and techno are in the same family. They are cousins, perhaps, or closer. They are siblings. And if you think like the early Detroit producers, absolutely were inspired equally by electro and other types of electronic music when they created their flavor of techno. Juan Atkins, of course, was Cybertron, along with Rick Davis, I think is his name. And that was full-on electro, right? From the beginning. So, yeah, I think you're onto something there. John H. Kingston III says, we used to call it dance or house music. It's all related, absolutely. And there was a time early on where there were fewer genre divisions. Like, people didn't get caught up in their tunnels, right? You would go to a party and hear a lot of different styles mixed together more often back then, I think. People still do it. There's still some eclectic scenes out there, and I'm definitely into that. I love techno. I love electro. I love the subgenres related to those, but I love good music of all kinds, and I'm happy to hear it in different ways. Okay, back to quick arrangement. Let's see. So I'm just arrange recording. I'm not going to worry about automation yet. Just going to bring in clips. What's up, Anthony Rother? Nice to have you. You know what? Anthony needs a proper greeting.
Welcome to the live stream, Anthony Rother.
Right? Here we go. I forgot the other kick drum. Okay. That works. Let's try bringing in that little 8-bit style melody. Maybe a little too much delay. It's also too loud. If you're just joining in, I'm sketching out an arrangement in real time. So I don't even know what I'm doing. We'll see what happens. That sounded cool just as a hit. Doesn't have to repeat. Let's do it again. What? All right, I think I'm gonna have to bring in the bass. Let's see how it goes. Okay. I like the little glitchy effect, the skitter on that one layer. I might have to resample some of those video game things going on and pick the ones that sound the best. Let's leave it in for a little while. Oh, see, that should have happened first. I'll fix that. Another thing I need to be playing around with is the bass sound. Okay. What time is it? It's 1:50.
What time is it?
This is cool. I've got a good start on this track. Let's hit the back to arrange button. You know, you heard I made a couple of mistakes. It's a little tricky to hyper focus on making a good arrangement, or it's almost like I'm performing live when I'm doing like that. And pay attention to you at the same time. So I'm definitely going to go back and revisit this, but I like the direction it's going. And Anthony, thanks very much. I really appreciate that. It's a very nice compliment. So yeah, it's really means a lot that you're hanging out with us. Definitely. Let's see. Let's check out this arrangement and see if I can start fixing it. I also know I want to play with that, because that adds a lot of energy. But I'm going to hold off. I'll wait to do that until a little bit later.
It is so.
Hey. I forgot I recorded automation for the vocoder going on and off. All right, that's okay. I need to delete this automation. I think I want to put a drum fill in here somewhere, so I'm going to split off one of these clips. 16th notes, why not? Yep. Those random blips on top are really, really crazy. I'm gonna lose the melody right there. Let's see how that sounds. All right. I'm not sure about the timing of where that bass comes in, but we'll see how it works. Let's back up a little bit. What's up, James Freer? Nice to have you back. All right, I am not sure. Part of it is I'm distracted here with talking to you guys, but I'm not sure whether to keep the melody, the little computer game melody on top when the bass comes in, or maybe this is the wrong place for the bass to come in. And this is definitely something that comes up over and over again when you're arranging, is you need to hear it in the context. So for me to really know if that bass is in the right spot, I have to listen from the beginning, or else I won't get the timing right. So thanks, James. Glad you think it sounds badass. That's great. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do?
That's right, James. It is badass.
If I do say so myself. All right, let's one more time from the top, and then we're going to wrap it up in a few minutes after I tweak this arrangement just a little bit more. Yeah. I feel like if I get the first minute or two solid, the rest of it's going to go quick. Let's try it with the buffer override on, if that makes a difference. Adds a little bit of movement to the high frequencies. Whoa. I like that. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. So far, so good. All right. Anthony, I hear you. Maybe the bass line is not good for the track. That's really good advice, actually, because if you're finding that you have to try too hard to make an element fit, maybe it doesn't belong there at all. Save it for another thing. Because you're right, it does change the vibe when it comes in. So let's try it. I'm gonna mute that. And let's go straight in to bringing in another variation on the drums, the faster hi-hat coming in. Yep. Just keeps the same energy, keeps the same vibe going forward.
And then I just need to think of some cool words to say through the vocoder.
And I'll be done. It'll be great. All right. What? All right, that's a little too weird. All right, there's the other variation with the bass. That kind of works. All right, now I'm gonna lose the little melody on top. Just keep it beats and bass and weird noises.
And vocoder. All right.
Anthony. Thanks, man. You can't. You gotta. I'm speechless. Like the king of vocoders just said, "Great vocoder." I am proud. Thanks a lot. This has been so much fun. Jumping in here at the last minute, covering for Marilee, who we miss, but she will be back next Monday. So definitely come back and check out her show. And it was a nice surprise for me to come in and share what I was working on with you today. So I'm really glad you guys joined me and went along for this strange, dark, twisted, trippy electro ride today. And thanks very much for being here. I will see you again on Saturday for my regular day. Stay tuned this week. We've got good shows on every day, especially my friend Abe Duque working with modular synthesis on Friday. So definitely come back for that. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks to Anthony. Thanks to James. Thanks to all our friends who are here and regulars who are here. I will see you soon on Saturday. Have a good day, everyone. Adios.